Today we're going to be recreating one of my favorite Disney drinks from Oga's Cantina, the Dagobah Slug Slinger. Hi, and welcome back to A Recipe for Fun, where we're mixing up creative, entertaining recipes that make every day worth celebrating. What better way to get into a festive mood than a themed cocktail? That's right, everyone. The Dagobah Slug Slinger. It's a margarita that they've since taken off the menu and was inspired by my Rosemary simple syrup, which you can find here on my channel as well. And after a lot, and I mean a lot, of recipe testing, I've landed on this recipe, which I believe to be the most accurate to my memory of this delicious Slug Slinger margarita. And it's super well balanced because it uses a blend of citrus juices, including grapefruit, orange juice, and lime juice. And this is just a little bit different than the recipe that Disney shares. The last time that I did recon on this drink, there was definitely grapefruit in that drink. And I even chatted with the bartender who confirmed that yeah, grapefruit is in the mix of these citrus juices. You can see on the menu, citrus juices. So that says to me 3 or more are involved. And our cocktail is going to be sweetened by our slug syrup, which is a play on the rosemary simple syrup that we've made before here. Rosemary, ginger, and grapefruit come together in a sweet and syrupy blend to help balance the acidity of the citrus juice. This margarita is made from reposado tequila, which is a little bit more aged than silver tequila, but not quite as aged as añejo tequila. We also are going to use just a touch of blue curacao, which is a blue orange liqueur. This little bit of blue blends with our citrus juices to create that perfect Dagobah swampy, musty, grody green. It doesn't sound appetizing, but trust me, it is. All right, let's get started. First up, we're gonna make our slug syrup. We're gonna start with 1 cup of water, and we're gonna heat this over medium-low heat. Once our water is heated, we're gonna add 1 cup or 200 grams of sugar to the water, and we're gonna stir to dissolve it. I'm gonna add 10 grams of rosemary, which is exactly the same as our rosemary syrup recipe. This is our base recipe that we're going to tweak just a little bit to customize into a slug syrup. And next we're going to add about a 1/2 inch of ginger, or 7 grams. We want to be sure to peel this ginger and then roughly chop it to help more of that flavor get expressed. And then we're going to let this gently infuse on medium-low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, while this is infusing, we're gonna zest, I'd say half a grapefruit, but this grapefruit is absolutely massive, so probably about 1/4 to 1/3 of it. Just over a teaspoon of grapefruit zest, about 2 grams by weight. So the syrup has been infusing for about 10 minutes now, and we're gonna go ahead and kill the heat and then add the grapefruit zest. Go ahead and give everything a good stir. And we're gonna let this infuse off the heat for at least an hour, but more time if you have it. The longer you let this infuse, the stronger the flavor will be. The reason that we added the grapefruit zest at the end and off of the heat is because the grapefruit is bitter in flavor, and we don't want this syrup to be overly bitter. By adding this off the heat, we lower the chance of over extracting the flavor and getting a bitter tasting syrup. Once your syrup is finished cooling and infusing, it's time to strain out the solids and really big pieces of zest and rosemary. So we strain it into a measuring glass, removing all of those solids, and now your finished syrup is ready to store. Got almost 12 ounces of slug syrup, and with 1 ounce per cocktail, that means 12 margaritas for us. Next up, we are going to slice and juice our citrus. I know it seems like a lot of work to slice, zest, and juice your citrus, but trust me, this is gonna be the thing that takes your homemade cocktails to the next level. So we're gonna go ahead and do our lime juice first. We're gonna need a 1/2 ounce of lime juice per cocktail. I always like to have just a little bit more just to be safe. We'll do the orange juice next. I need 1 full ounce of orange juice per cocktail. But you can see we got a lot more juice out of these oranges than we did the limes. And last but not least, the grapefruit. So we've got our fresh citrus juice ready to go. Another thing that I like to do that Disney does not do is step up the garnish. We are going to be using a special rosemary salt that we've made by simply blending together fresh rosemary leaves and sea salt. This plays up the rosemary flavor throughout the cocktail. I really love it when you have garnishes that tell you what's in the drink. So we're not just kind of placing a sprig of mint and calling it a day. We are intentionally using every component in this drink to tell you, hey, this is what you can expect when you're taking a sip from this. Because again, it looks like swamp juice. You want to give people a little vote of confidence with their eyes first. When it comes to actually shaking the cocktail in a shaker, I do prefer to use larger ice cubes because they don't dilute the drink as quickly when you're shaking it and mixing all of the ingredients together. 2 ounces of reposado tequila per cocktail. 1 ounce of orange juice per cocktail, and then a 1/2 ounce each of lime juice and the grapefruit juice. We've got our slug syrup here. It's gonna be 1 ounce per cocktail. Orange bitters. I love this orange bitters from the brand All the Bitter. They're actually alcohol free. They extract their bitters without using alcohol. It's glycerin based extraction, but I found that their flavors are really, really great, even better than some of the bigger brands. And there's nothing artificial in here. They actually use tons and tons of orange peels to make their citrus bitters. So 3 dashes of bitters per drink. And this is where the magic happens, my friends. This little bit of blue curacao is going to transform our drink here. All you need is about 1/2 teaspoon per cocktail. All right, check this out. Doesn't look like much, but as we shake our cocktail, it's going to magically transform in front of our eyes. And so you can see that perfect swampy green color, exactly what you want to see. There you have it, a perfect swampy green cocktail. Now I do want to make sure to top off this cocktail with ice to dilute the drink so it's not going to be too strong. Sprig of rosemary, and we're going to go ahead and slap it to release those essential oils. And I also like to do a dehydrated lime wheel to again kind of let you know what's in the drink. And there you have it, a Star Wars cocktail straight from Oga's Cantina, delivered right into the galaxy of your own kitchen. And dare I say, I think this one is even better than the original. Oh yeah, it's super well balanced. Wonderful blend of citrus flavors, the right amount of sweetness and bitterness. These go down easy. We'll catch you next time here at A Recipe for Fun. Cheers! Make sure to like and subscribe and follow along for more fun. Oga, 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 Slug Slinger.